Hey guys, this is Nomad Charles from nomadcharles.com.
Hi, this is Ivan from Mokrin House.
In today's episode, we'll show you where the living quarters are and also one of the coolest amenities of Mokrin House, which is delicious, healthy food from the garden and the local community. So,
Okay.
here we go.
We can step in to see actually what the cook is preparing for tonight. This is Zane, our cook. Hi.
Hi.
And he's preparing some risotto for tonight. And
Some roasted pork.
what else?
Roasted pork.
Ah, great. So that's on our...
We have some smoked local cheese.
I had some cheese this morning with sesame seeds. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Local
similar,
produce.
the same type of cheese because that's really like local, famous locally with a little bit of... Is that paprika or...
Yeah, smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika, there we go.
Amazing.
So most of the food that we get here is we try to source it locally. So that means, if we know a family within the community that produces, zucchinis or cabbage, we buy cabbage from them. And normally, like, we also ask our staff, all of our staff is from somewhere around here. We're like, if your family produces something, we're gonna get your family's produce because we know who you are. Well, and then the thing is, that when they know they have a safe buyer in that sense, we can even tell them, do the things organically, grow this, grow that, and then they know they're safe, that they're gonna sell their produce. And sorry to interrupt me.
Hey Derek.
Oh, you just that one. I guess he's doing a Skype call right now. So
Okay.
maybe we can be a little bit quiet.
Yeah, we'll have to whisper.
So right now, this is somewhere like a chill zone or a lounge. We have a small library over there. Also, we have a pool table here, which is quite nice. You're doing nights. You come in, you practice on the pool, get some drinks here, enjoy, put on some music and that kind of. So let's just sneak out so that we have it out. You want to check out rooms or the basement?
Let's do the basement first.
Let's do the basement.
Yeah.
So the basement is basically made for like events such as wine tastings, parties, or like generally like kind of like team building activities because it's quite vast. You'll see in a second. And it's acoustically very well isolated, which means that, and as I said before in the previous episodes, that we have, let me just turn it on. What happens is that everything is modular in the estate, so that means all these, furniture that is here can go in or out. So therefore, that means that we can take that table out and put a stage, and then get a DJ here. And because it's very acoustic, 3 or 4 speakers, you get a really good, ambience feeling of like music being all around you, and then people can sleep upstairs even. It's that quiet upstairs. And then basically the basement is always at the same temperature. There's a good ventilation system, so it doesn't get too hot. So it's a really good. It's almost like a little club that we have here. So when we have events, like up to 50 people or something like that, even 70 people can be easily fitted in. And then, whatever the music you like, is it DJ, is it a live performance, it makes total sense, So then, we can check out the rooms. So right here, we have 5 rooms. And 2 of them are double. The other ones have like a big kind of king size bed. And so this is like how this one of the double rooms looks like.
There's even like space up there.
The space up there is usually used, for like if you want to get like a book and just like have like a chill zone and just like get a book. Also like isolate yourself. Probably there's a mattress up there right now or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It is. Maybe it's loose. There's a little bit of storage space as well now, but.
That's cool. I love all the hidden compartments to this place.
Yeah, thanks. So this is a room of a similar kind. But these beds, because when we bought the house, we bought it with everything inside. The house was built in 1925. So those beds, for example, they're almost 100 years old now.
Oh, wow.
And there's stuff around the estate that, like, you know, we reused from the old house. And the thing is, yeah, for example, this, you see it right here, for example. So this room has a swing, which is quite modern and like stuff like that. But that, for example, that cabinet or cavern or however you call it, that's more than 100 years old. So it's used from the old house. So yeah, and then all the other rooms that we're gonna see, each of them has something special, and this is like the special thing about this particular one is the swing. And then you have the bathroom. So for example, you see the bathroom is quite modern, but then this is a piece of old furniture. In the old times, there was no sink like this. There was no running water. There was just basically like a, I don't know, like a bowl, like a huge bowl filled with water, and it was normally placed outside, where like, you know, the main kind of like owner of the house would just come up there. That's where he would bathe and like take you know, like before he goes out to the fields, he takes it you know, like not a shower but refreshes himself or something like that. So we use that element into our furniture as well. This is what we call the this is a little terrace, which is really nice during the mornings, because the sun rises over there on the east, and then Romania is really close. Romania is like 2 kilometers away. You can literally like stumble into Romania if you're not careful enough. And so the sun rises from there, and so basically this makes it perfect for like a morning read, or like you know, just having an orange juice or having a coffee and just chilling out here. Makes perfect sense.
How many people can stay here at a time?
At the moment, our capacity is 35 people, but part of our vision is really, you know, this is like, you know, proving that this concept can work. If this works, we literally have a plan that says in 5 years we're going to house 200, 250 people in Mokrin, basically creating Mokrin the first global village in that sense. So we want to have a community of people who live, but not for a long time, like in the short term live outside of the city, you know, come in, work on their projects and bounce back to the city wherever they're from, but create a global village that, you know, at a moment's time there's like 200 people here, and you know, they're architects, they're programmers, they're designers, they are, you know, like photographers, and then, you know, like create this kind of crazy international community in this small community here that is really rural, mostly focused on agriculture and stuff like that. So I mean, it's like flipping the whole system upside down. Instead of having people move to the cities like they are right now because of better job opportunity, bring them back here, have them connect with nature, have them connect with, like, you know, the local produce, the local farmers, you know, that you literally know who makes your food, and then just enjoy that like work-life balance, because internet allows us to do that. Internet allows us to work from wherever in the world. So this is like, I think, a really good point where you can, you know, have like the modern luxuries kind of like that you need, but then have everything, you know, that we lost in that trade-off, as I said before.
That's awesome. So the rooms here, as you can see, are really, really cool. And it's a combination of stuff that's really old and stuff that's really modern. And the rooms are so cool, in fact, that a lot of movies have been shot and photo shoots have been shot in these rooms.
So basically, for example, as you said, things that are old, things that are new. For example, these used to be floor tiles in the actual house. And then, because we couldn't reuse them all, we took the floor tiles and put some cast iron under them and made tables out of them. And then this is like a piece of like really modern design. And then, you know, you go back to something that is also, again, 100 years old. And then this particular chair, for example, was from the 60s and 70s. It was actually, it used to be a part of the court in here in Belgrade. And then, for example, this is a piece of a very young designer that, you know, did a photo shoot with us and shot this here in the house. And it's like, I have this as a gift. You know, like for saying thank you that we like gave him the chance to shoot his product here. So yeah, so this one is special because it has that kind of like standalone bathtub. And then if you have this one, for example, this room doesn't have a bed. It just has a platform like this. And this, you know, like so it is. Every room is a little bit unique in that sense. You know, making like. This is my particular favorite, for example, because it's really like spaced out, and you can just like have a really good sleep. And we really chose the mattresses. I think we really invested, like I said, that we picked the best mattresses that we can find on the market, because sleep is such an integral part of our stay here. Because that kind of like work and then relax balance is really
Yeah, it looks like
essential.
you have skylights right above the mattresses too.
Yeah, we do. They're just closed right now. But
So in the morning you wake up to natural sunlight.
yeah, exactly. There we go. Like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So this is the accommodation that we have here.
Cool. Thanks a lot for the tour.
Yeah, welcome.